You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
Is that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches?
Pictures?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna
bring
Is that
a
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches? I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're gonna
I don't
get
give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
a
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you
me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
don't.
He goes on in that video to say, just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone. Like, her sense of safety comes with conditions that he wants to see satisfied first. That's why we hate it when you say not all men. He's not carrying a sign that would warn others that he's a stalker. He's not carrying any sort of notification that he spent 4 years making that woman's life a living hell, that she's moving because of him. When you say not all men, you diminish those experiences because there's no way to know. We know it's not all men, but we need the men who would never behave like that to start checking the ones that do, because we can't fight this fight alone.
don't stop him.
I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That guy's been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
It's disgusting, Mr. Perry. I know you want to talk to me. What did I say? I said no. I said no. I see it every day. You ask me every day, is it your family? Is it your parents? Is it this person, or is it Z? Is it Jim? Is it Kim? Is it Desiree? Is it Ty? Is it this person? Is it Mike? Mr. Perry, I'm not told that. Well, I won't help you. Even if I knew, I wouldn't help you. You know why? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you hacking me. I don't want you in my life at all. I said no for 10 years, 12 years. No means no. Now you're just pissing me off. I'm very, very strong. And when I tell somebody, I make a decision, the decision's made. When I say no, and you keep badgering and pressuring and coercing, and I'm going to starve you into a lie. I'm going to make you homeless if you don't lie. I'm going to take your car away and all your money if you don't lie. Now you're pissing me off. Now you're a criminal. That's a RICO Act violation. Now you're not just getting on my nerves. Now you're fucking going to jail. You don't think that's true? You bought everybody in Oklahoma. You didn't buy the guys that tell me what you just said. So, I'm sorry, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't even know what you're talking. It's like you don't even understand what people say. It's that pathetic. We're all not sure if you even understand what the hell people say to you. I said no, I don't want to talk to you. I said I don't know who your leaks are. I don't know. I'm not told that. You have a bad habit of murdering people. So I don't know. They don't tell me that. You know why? In case you pressure me. That information's very confidential. It got even more confidential when you did to Lucky and Mike what you did to Lucky and Mike. I won't help you. We all want you gone. Now, I've said that over and over and over and over and over. So what the fuck good would it do to talk to somebody? I've already said what I think. I don't care what you think. I didn't ask you. Mr. Perry hacks my computer and my phone and fucking types in it. Mr. Perry, I don't want any contact with you of any kind. It is illegal to peep. It is illegal to hack. It is illegal to stalk. It is illegal to coerce. It is illegal to witness tamper. It is illegal to destroy evidence. It is illegal to commit fraud upon a court and perjury. And you do it every day, all the time. And you're making everybody want to vomit all over you. I moved twice. I picked up everything I had. I made my child leave all his friends. Twice. To get away from you. I shouldn't have to move at all. I did not come to Oklahoma to pick a fight with you, David, or Calvin, or any of your thugs. I came here to get away from one. To not have a fight. To not be a scandal. To not have a conflict. To get away from all that. For 4 years, I kept my mouth shut. Hoping Mr. Perry would control himself and go fucking be normal. And stop embarrassing me. I don't have any romantic feelings for you. You disgust me. I don't like you. I don't like peeping toms. No one does. That's why it's illegal to do that. That's why everybody doesn't do that. I don't like stalker whack jobs. I don't like people that have to say it twice. I don't like people that don't get it the first time. I don't like that. That's not my thing. I'm sorry. I've worked with very smart people all my life. I don't know how to deal with you. I don't know how. I'm going to say it once. If you don't get it, then you need a professional. I did not come to Oklahoma to pick a fight. I'm not Wyatt Earp walking in to mop up all the corruption. I don't want to deal with it. I moved twice. I made my 10-year-old son leave all his friends after you took his brother away and his grandparents and ripped his life up like you do all your victims. Lost his house twice. We offered payment. It's refused. Still lost his house. Who the fuck does that to a little kid? You think I want to talk to you? Golly, you're nutty or a fruitcake. No, I don't want to talk to you. If you get anywhere near me, it's not going to be a hug fest. I'm not going to wait and see what weapon you have. Are you going to have a gun or a syringe or a rag with chloroform on it? Because I've heard all the recordings of you talking about killing me. I'll kick the hell out of you. Your teeth will be in your lawyer's mouth. You're not going to get near me, Mr. Perry. I'll kick the fuck out of you. I'm never going to help you. It irritates the fuck out of me that I have to repeat myself. I'm not told who your leaks are. I wouldn't help you if I was. We all want you gone. I wouldn't tell you who your leaks are even if I knew. I'm not told that. Ask me one more time who it is. You will not like how that works out for you, sir. I said do not contact me at all. You're like this guy. That's how you sound to everybody else. Ugh. Nasty. And it's rape. Voyeurism, peeping Tom, Mr. Perry, that's a turnoff. You've created some sort of emotional bond watching women in their homes that don't like you. Women you can never really have. It is sickening and embarrassing that you do that. I don't know why I don't know why you're not embarrassed. It blows my mind. It embarrasses the fuck out of everybody else. So for 4 years, only a few close friends knew you had a stalker problem. And then I moved, and then I moved again, and then I went public. I'm not going to end up like Chandra Levy. You know what? Here's the thing. It's not up to you what I say. She's public, I'm public. There's no crime in being public about a crime committed against you. You go fuck yourself on that. You don't get to decide that, Mr. Perry. You need to comply with the law. Stop peeping, stop hacking, stop stalking me, and get the fuck off me. And leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the hell alone. I went to a lot of trouble to move twice, completely changed my life twice, to get away from you so there was no conflict and nobody would know. And you fucked with me and fucked with me and fucked with me and fucked with me. And now we have to do this and applying the but-for standard and the reasonable, prudent individual standard. You're attacking me. I'm screaming right now. If you don't like that, stop attacking me. If I'm in a park, my granddad taught me that when I was little. If you're attacked, somebody comes out behind you and grabs you and tells you, I'll kill you if you scream. Scream as loud as you can anyway, because they may kill you, they may run. But one thing is for sure, if nobody hears you and knows there's a problem and looks and gets a plate or something, a description of the vehicle and the people, you'll disappear and I'll never be able to find you. If you at least scream, I'll be able to find, somebody's going to look, somebody might try to help you, they may run. Scream as loud as you can scream, and that's what this is. Same as what she's doing. You are not a victim, you dumb son of a bitch. It makes people very angry at you that you say that. You don't even know. See, if I can quote you, what you just said, we have our ear to the ground in a lot of places, Mr. Perry. You have no idea. David, you too. You have no idea how much people hate you and get sick at their stomach every time you play like you're a victim with your little drama queen act. Everybody gets rejected. Everybody else moves on. I don't like you because you're a peeping Tom. That is a serious rape. I've been physically raped, and you voyeur raped me, and it is sick, both. It is a violation, both. It's almost worse when it's in your house. When I was physically raped, I wasn't at home. I went home, and where I could feel safe. You do that to me in my house. It is disgusting. You pimp me out all over the world, all over the net. Do you know it got so bad that your guys coming into my work, that I finally, in order to cope with it, just made it into a joke. Do you want my autograph? I hear I'm famous. I hear I'm being fucking pimped out everywhere. That anybody on the dark web, all over the world, can watch me in the privacy of my home against my will. And I expect payment from you, $1,000 a day, plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. Mr. Perry types in my phone all the time. You're not getting any money. We're not going to give you what you want. Oh, yes, you will. You do it or my guys do it for you. That's your choice. That's your choice. Do you like it when they tell me what you just said? Because if you don't, you're not going to like it when they do it for you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you that's how it's going to be. I know you're delusional. He types in my phone, I win the CJ case. I win in civil court. Listen, I'm going to repeat again for you, you dumb son of a bitch, how everybody else sees it. Remember the reporter? She's not the only one, dumbass. If they had done what she said and given back what this is not extortion. It is in response to your bribe. I'm going to cause so much horrible distress and financial loss for you that you feel so desperate. If you want to eat, you're going to take my bribe and lie. Every day he says that. I have a deal for you. I'll give you money. I'll give you whatever you want. I have this house. A house with beveled glass where I'll be a fucking prisoner. Ugh. We'll give you... And that's paid anyway. No one believes that. No one believes that. And I'm not going to be coerced and then become a part of your crime. I gave up my home just now. I could have kept my mouth shut. I could have taken Terry's money. Y'all sent Terry in with money. We flat told you we're watching him. If the money's just consistent, then he's just a customer. If the money goes up or down based on whether or not you think I'm doing what you want, then he's a conduit of coercion. He's just a money bag guy. That's it. And sure as shit it did. We watched that very closely, Mr. Perry. And we told you we were. That's the funny thing. We flat told you we were. Do you know there's people that make fun? Let me do the disclaimer real quick before I forget. Use allegedly, David and Charles. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law just yet. Did I say that to your satisfaction? Did I? Is that what you wanted? I didn't hear from your attorney, so I guess so. Apply the but-for standard. But for the need to document stalking, I wouldn't do the podcast. There'd be nothing. You wouldn't hear a word about it. You're not stalking some random chick in, New York. So she's not doing a podcast about you. I am, because you're stalking me. Duh. Apply the reasonable, prudent individual standard. Any reasonable, prudent individual who's in danger is going to take measures to protect themselves. This is one of mine. You're dangerous. You killed a cop. You think people don't know that all over the country? I promise you they do, and that's all you're known for. Outside of your little circle of weirdos, they're cop killers. That's all you are. Because other people aren't dumb. I know you think they are. They're not. And my guys have buddies. Why wouldn't they? Going way back. I've known them forever. A lot longer. I mean, they knew me when I lived at my apartment complex I just left. Before. I've lived there twice. The first time I lived there, they watched me grow and flourish and make money and go buy a new car and go pay off 15 grand in debt and buy all new furniture with cash. I bought half of Kirkland's to decorate my house with cash. They watched me do that. They knew how wonderful that time was for me, a good time period in my life, and that it was a time period of when I was successful and doing very well, and they were happy for me. They love me. Why wouldn't they be happy? And they watched me go through hell, just like this lady said, puts her through hell. Domestic violence, violent offender. Less than 1% of the population is a violent offender. So, stalking is a crime. Voyeurism and hacking are crimes, and they're sick. But for you doing that, I wouldn't do a podcast to document each and every little thing like you're supposed to. And I wouldn't, because it's for court, David. Use allegedly. She can't just say allegedly. Did you say that? Because I heard you did. I heard a recording of y'all. She can't just say use allegedly. Wow. See, I know that. And the same way they got that from you to me. Yeah, they'll get whatever I said you owe me. They've already got their own numbers, Charles and Dave. They hired a guy to go into my club. The guy goes, by her third year, she should have been making 6 figures. There's no reason, except he's taking her money. You rent out the whole club, run everybody off with money, and send your 2 guys in or your 5 guys in with canned food. Perry likes to pay people with a can of peas. Takes their steak. He's a cheap piece of shit. Yep, not my kind of dude. Anybody that I've ever fallen in love with, Mr. Perry, or dated, make sure my career grows and flourishes, supports me in that endeavor, and they make sure I'd never miss a meal. So, they knew me during the good time at that apartment, and the last year that you just made hell, that will forever scar my memory from what that place used to be for me. They watched both. They watched you blow up my life. They protected me over and over. It would have been a whole lot worse had they not done that, had they not been there. A whole lot worse. Right, David? I didn't come up here to pick a fight with you, dude. I don't know you. I don't know you either, Calvin. Don't like you either. I don't want to know you. Charles, your doll needs to be shoved up your ass. It is not your friend. It is not. I don't know who the hell. I would like to meet the guy who comes up with the big book of weirdo technique that you guys do, thinking that's going to get you a date. You guys come up with some sick, twisted shit. Doesn't work on me. We laugh at it or it pisses us off, one or the other. Sometimes both. Who the hell? I want to meet the weirdo that sits around on his fat, lazy ass thinking up the most sick, twisted, bizarre, strange-o things that y'all do to me. I mean, it's like, wow, you guys are something. And you thought that was going to do what? When you did XYZ weirdo thing. What'd you think that was going to do? We're going, wow, these motherfuckers. I mean, no normal brain goes there. So, and I apply the constitutional rights of First Amendment, all of them, all amendments, but the First and the 14th, equal protection I had mentioned this new abortion thing by the Supreme Court in Justice Alito's ruling, or his decision, I guess, that leaked out, which may or may not come out in its final form exactly the same, or it may have been a rough draft. But I don't have a problem with it, except the equal protection being rooted in tradition. You know, that I'm not okay with. That's gonna blow up racism. That's going to blow up gender bias, and just discrimination. That's going to blow up, you know, if it's not Thanksgiving dinner and you know, tradition, it doesn't get covered under equal protection. What's that? I feel like that language needs to be rethought. But other than that, I mean, Perry, I should not even go there. I should just not even go there. I guess he told people I was pro-choice. I've never been pro-choice. I've always been pro-life. After you blew my family up with my son Tristan, I had questions and doubts about my belief systems, as anyone would during a very major crisis like that. Doubts and questions are good. That doesn't mean you changed your mind. That means you're asking yourself, why do I believe what I believe? Should I change my mind? It's a good thing to question what you think, because once you decide, yeah, I think the right thing, after you've really questioned and you've dissected why you think what you think, then, and you come back to where you were before, yeah, I think I did the right thing. Yeah, I think I wasn't married when I got pregnant with Tristan. I had a lot of people telling me, you should get an abortion. You have your whole life ahead of you. You don't need a baby to fuck that up for you. Well, I had a kid. I decided to have the kid. I had another friend that got pregnant at the same time. We both had the same conversation. Do we keep the baby? Do we not? We have our whole lives ahead of us. And I decided to keep Tristan. And after you blew my whole life up and he, you know, he hurt, I watched everybody hurt because of his choice too. And you fed it and fed it and fed it. He's not as guilty as you are, because you fed my Lynn and Kathy, and then they fed him, and it blew up a whole family. My whole family, the whole Ram family, we were all very, very close. Very close. And you blew that up. And you think I'm going to fall in love with some asshole that does shit like that to a child? I watched Dennis. I watched him hurt. You took his brother away. His brother and him were best friends. You think you're going to go on a date with me after you did that? No. Oh, fuck no. I'll beat the hell out of you. You better not get near me. I'll beat the hell out of you for two reasons. There'll be two things going through my mind. One is, I'm not going to wait to see what weapon he has on him to kill me. First of all, first and foremost, because I heard the recordings of you talking about killing me. I don't go where you are. You're coming where I am. I moved twice and changed my life completely, not to be where you are. And the second reason is, there's a 10 years of animosity, of taking house after home, after a car, after home, after car, after money, after time, after family, after relationship after relationship, after, you know, that I'm angry. Everybody is. They hate your guts, all of you. It's not hard to get information onto what you just said. It's not hard at all. You have a lot of good people hate you with a vengeance, all of you. People don't like suffering. And you don't do a fucking thing but cause it. Every fucking day, all day long. Didn't somebody ask the question, if we put Perry on the stand, can we prove that he's busy working and doing anything but what she says? I mean, how often is he here in Oklahoma? Nope, you can't. He's always here. He's always sitting on his fat, lazy ass watching her in her house. He watches her work. She watches her work trying to get rid of him. And sits around planning the next shitty thing he's going to do to her. What about his constituents? I don't know. What about his family? I don't know. What I can tell you is, he has no alibi to prove he's doing anything but what she says. It's just not. He's always up in Oklahoma fucking with her. It's always one shitty thing after another. That's all he does all day long. And it has been for the past 6 to 7 years now. Wow. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, it's not. You know what? I watched Ted Cruz today on the news talking about the abortion ruling from the Supreme Court. Guess what he was doing, Perry? Working. I sat with him at lunch one day when he came through Lubbock. Guess what he was doing? Working, and told me his schedule. It was insane. Doesn't have time to sit around and watch a woman in the privacy of her home and figure out the next shitty thing he's going to do to her. I had no time for that. He's very, very, very busy. And that's how he got to D.C. And you're not in D.C. You'll never be in D.C. You waste time watching everybody else work, watching women you could never have, getting rejected and told on and told on and told on and told on, and pissing everybody off. So I apply. Again, use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Apply the but for and the reasonable, prudent individual standard to everything I'm saying and doing. I'm doing exactly what she's doing. I gotta have proof. You go to the cops, you tell the cops, this is what this man's doing to me. And then they try to say, well, she's consenting. No, sir. This is to make sure everybody knows I'm not. Our guy said that. My prosecutor said that. If you don't want him to go into a court of law and assert the defense that you consented and never asked for money, you better tell him what you want. No, I don't consent, and yes, I do expect payment. You made a profit off of my body. I had people coming to me I've never met in my life. Knew exactly who I was and all about me, what I just did in the bathroom. They told me. So badly that everybody that came in, hi, I'm Bianca, do you want my autograph? I hear I'm famous. I'm been pimped out all over the internet. Were you one of the people that watched me? How much money did you pay to watch me? Yeah, dear Jesus. What in the fuck? What in the fuck? I'm one of many women. I'm not the only one. It is rape. You're supposed to be safe in your house. She goes home to her home and she's safe there. I don't. This guy chasing, Perry does it in my house. Types in my computer, types in my phone. Did your parents still? Is it your Aunt Kay? Is it your family? Is it your kids? Is it Z? Is it Ty? I can see you. I win in court. I can see you. Is it your mom? Is it your dad? And I'm like, I'm not told that, and I won't help you if I knew. We all want you gone, and you cheated in court. I wasn't even there. There was nothing normal or fun or fair about it. So don't sit there and tell me you win in court, weirdo. Get the fuck off me. And I don't care what you think. You know what I care about? You're hacking me and you're violating me. And I said, get off me. Get out. Get the fuck out. Shut up and go away. And it's talking in circles and to somebody I don't want to talk to at all. In a weird way. It's not even a normal, people conversation where you sit down and talk. He's fucking typing that shit in my hacked phone. Doesn't get any more bizarre. It's embarrassing to me. So fucking embarrassing. So, and I assert all constitutional rights, equal protection, gender discrimination is as bad as racism. So after this abortion thing, man, I wasn't even thinking about the same-sex marriage. What I'm thinking about is racism and gender bias. We have parts of this country, especially in the South. In Albuquerque, you didn't really see a lot of racism. Albuquerque has people from all over the damn place. And, there's a lot of Hispanic culture there. There's a lot of Native American culture there. But there's also a lot of people from the Middle East there. There's a lot of people. There's just people from all over the place in Albuquerque. So we just didn't see a lot of racism. And then for sure not in Vegas. Vegas is definitely a melting pot. So I didn't see racism there either. So that's kind of something that's a little bit foreign to me, that you have something like racism. I don't it's not something I understand. But in the South, you see that. In fact, we had a guy that came to visit from, I think he said he was Louisiana, I want to say. And the owner of Stillwater, the club that I danced in Stillwater, he's an African-American man and she's white. And they were sitting there watching the girl on stage, and he sat there and just badmouthed him. And this guy's giving me money, all kinds of money, and badmouthed him. I don't like black, white, mixed couples, and I'm not even going to repeat all the horrible things he said. It's just not my thing. Well, here's this guy handing me money, and I looked at him and I said, "Get the fuck out of here, right now." And he goes, "What?" I said, "Man, they own this place. They're the reason you have a place to come and do this. I mean, I don't want to hear that. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. And he goes, I'm not okay with it. I go, you're racist? And he goes, I'm not okay with it. I said, listen, get the hell out. Take your money and get out. And I made him leave. And about a month later, this guy comes in and looked very similar to him. And he says, I'm the guy's brother. And I said, oh, yeah, you look a lot like him. And he goes, what happened that he got kicked out of here? And I told him what happened. And I go, the owner of this place is a mixed race couple. And he sat there and badmouthed, he's not okay with the mixed race couples. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not a racist. I don't even get it. I don't get why we still have that. I didn't grow up like that. So I made him leave. You're not going to be here enjoying the place owned by a mixed race couple if you don't like mixed race couples. And he said some very horrible things. And the guy apologized. I'm so sorry he said that. I don't know. We don't know. My whole family's not like that. I'm sorry that he did that. It was awful. It was awful. So is this bill going to affect that? Gender bias, gender discrimination. I'm being discriminated against. I have a stalker who sent a pinto in to solicit prostitution. He'll give you $5,000 to sleep with him. Ew. Not for billions. Thanks. And Mr. Perry wants me arrested for doing a lap dance with my shoes off. I have socks on. Yeah, okay. That's not discrimination. That's like a Stormy Daniel thing. It's like a minor infraction, if one at all. That was debate. Anyway, still I've quit dancing a year. It's election time. Now I need the smear campaign. So now I want her charged with prostitution for dancing without her shoes on. There's girls walking around without their shoes on because their feet hurt. No socks, nothing. I've got socks on. I'm standing up on a couch. It's like an air dance, basically. You're not even touching the other person. There's no sex, and I'm not being paid for that specifically. And it's just I don't want to poke holes in the furniture. And Perry's like, let's make that into a big prostitution thing. In fact, this is how bad it was. I go to file the appeal or notice of appeal or something with the civil court. And one of the girls asked the other clerk back there, don't you need to sign off on this, or don't you need to do something with this paperwork? And the lady goes, no. And she goes, I thought you were supposed to do whatever it was. She goes, no. And she looks at me and she goes, you can go now. It's fine. I turn around, and as I'm leaving, she yelled so loud, the fucking federal courthouse across the street heard it. It's not going to matter. She's going to be arrested for prostitution. So it doesn't matter whether I do the paperwork right or not. This claim isn't going to go through. They're about to have her arrested for prostitution. And I was like, oh my God, you got to be shitting me with this. So, just so you know, Mr. Warman, when you went down there and made it rain at the courthouse, that's not a strip club, and they don't know how to be discreet. Yep, she yelled it. Everybody heard it. You couldn't miss it. I heard it all the way down the fucking escalator. All the way down the escalator. So I don't know who told her that, but that right there was a slanderous comment, was it not? And it's gender discrimination if we're not equally applying the law. Why isn't Mr. Perry allowed to hire Pinto to come in and solicit prostitution? If you'll drop your civil claim, he'll pay you $5,000 to fuck him. Ew. No thanks. Oh, come on, just be creeped out for a couple hours. Ew. Millions wouldn't do it. Sorry. No means no.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
So, anyway, so I'm concerned about the verbiage being used or applied in any rulings after that to state that if it's not in tradition, like fucking Thanksgiving, if it doesn't happen at Thanksgiving dinner, we are all, shit out of luck when it comes to equal protection. So that one tiny part bothers me because I'm the victim of gender discrimination now. And again, not something I can begin to understand. Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Justice Scalia were very good friends. And so I watched a joint interview with them, and they're discussing actually First Amendment. New York Times versus Sullivan, or Sullivan versus New York Times, and free speech. They held that flag burning was protected speech. And Ruth, they said that actually, besides the moral issues of abortion and same-sex marriage, that they actually agree pretty much more often than not on their decisions that they used to make when they were both living and on the court, and that it's just that those aren't covered by the news media. So I agree. I think that's probably true. And so she, Justice Ginsburg, really led the charge of, or led the women's equal rights. And I'm not a feminist. I mean, I don't think that. I think there's a difference between someone who believes in equal rights and equal pay and for the same fucking job and equal application of the laws. Misogyny is as bad as racism, and then a feminist who just kind of goes overboard. We don't need men at all. I don't believe that's bullshit. I think it takes God created man and God created woman for a reason, and both people are needed, both in parenting, in running business, in running a police department, and or whatever it is that needs to be done, and or be not running. You can be, there's females that are police chiefs, but there's a wiring that men have and a wiring that women have, and both are needed. It's both. It's harmony. It's the way that God intended our society to be run, in that you have the harder line that men usually take and the softer line that women usually take, and they balance each other out, and the creativity and the logic and the emotions and all of that working together to make a good society and a good home. When there's kids need both. They need the more stern discipline of a father and the more compassionate part of that women bring into the parenting. Women have a hard time with the punishment sometimes that men want to inflict on the kid, and in fact, my cousin and I used to argue about that sometimes with Dennis. When I got here, I moved here, and my cousin helped me raise my son, actually, and I was thankful to have his influence on Dennis and his help in doing that, because Dennis's dad moved to Dallas, so he had already left the area, and they see each other all the time. They still do, but it's also a little difficult when it's not every day. The male influence isn't there every day, so it was nice to have my cousin there, and he's by far harsher than me, and sometimes he would get on to me and tell me, you're not hard enough on him, and it's a balance, though. There's a reason both sexes are needed in a home, I think, or in a influence in a child's life. And there might be same-sex couples that get pissed off at me, but you got to admit, you have your moms help raise your kids, or your aunties or your grandmas, because they need. If you're a male same-sex couple, or if you're a female same-sex couple, your dad or your granddad, kids need both. They just need both. So families work together in various ways in having the influence of male and female. So for men to just stomp all over women and the kids and think that we're all supposed to worship them is definitely not tradition. It's, like I said, Noah's Ark, backward thinking. And there are too many people who have given up so much, like Martin Luther King or Medgar Evers or Malcolm X. And in the case of women, Rosa Parks did both. Rosa Parks was both African American and female. And these people sacrificed something dear to them, even their own lives, for equal protection and equal rights. It's in the Constitution for a fucking reason. And so I haven't gotten that. I haven't even gotten anything that looks close to that. So there's some great disappointment with local law enforcement because of that. On the flip side of that, like I've said, I don't call local cops because one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to get one that works for Perry who's going to shit all over me for Perry, or I'm going to get one and I don't get equal protection and my police report goes right over to the offender and I end up false arrested and lose my house and shit like that. One more devastating thing after another. Or worse. I'm going to get somebody like Mike and Lucky and one of them ends up dead 6 days later. Those are my options when I think about calling 911 locally. Do you know how chilling that is? That I have to say that? And I think the guy that hit me was talking to somebody. I heard a recording of it. He was talking to somebody and he goes, she's not going to call 911. Last time she did that, the police officer who responded, and one of them ended up dead 6 days later over a car thing. So don't get all pissy because she didn't want to call the cops. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Did you hire him? You didn't tell him? She didn't call the cops. Because one of two things is going to happen. She's going to get one on the payroll who's going to shit all over her for me. Or they end up dead because I killed the last one. Last time she called 911. I didn't call 911, I called 311. Last time she called to report something I did, the guy ended up dead and the other one's in jail for something he didn't do, for what I did. Do you tell him that, Charles? Use allegedly. All right, so this thing today, I mean, golly. So here's the thing. Okay, so the reporter says when he's offering her a bribe in March 2020, and I'll give you whatever you want if you'll lie. And her response was, no, you won't. You'll give me what you want. What I want is Fabian and Tristan here, and you're gone. You don't butt in anymore. We've had enough of your butting in. And I want my money back that you took. And I want, she should have been making 6 figures by her 3rd year of dancing. But for you, here's another but for you running off all the customers that paid and sending your 5 guys in with the canned food. Or, I'm sorry, and Michael Nealey home, couldn't have done. He clearly did not bear 1 ounce of evidence on his body that he was in any fight at all. There's no mark on him. There's nothing. You can't beat someone to death and have not a mark on you. No murder weapon was found. It did not get up and walk out of the room by itself. He was found unconscious and in respiratory distress, dying. And you can't beat someone to death while you're dying. And something caused him to be knocked out. He's unconscious. It wasn't a hit to the head. It was opioids y'all gave him. And the fight was between Lucky Miller and the offender who had just put opioids in Mike's drugs and Mike's drink and made him pass out. They're fighting over what'd you give him. That's what the fight was about. So he's saying, and I said, get him home and you get the fuck out of my life and I never hear from you again. Get my club full of paying customers because you ran everybody off. You owe the owner money. Lots and lots of money. And no, we're not going to give you what you want. Okay? Fine, do what you do. How many times have I said that? Do what you do. Here's your shovel, dig away. You always do. We just sit there and laugh and take it all in. Well, we'll just take all the evidence you want to give us. We're waiting on one thing. Meantime, we'll just take all the evidence you want to give us. You're just the gift that keeps on giving. You're like a gold mine of crime. I don't know what to say. So easy, it's not even fair. She catches them and they do it anyway. Nobody knows what to think about that. You know how many times we hear that? Ooh, God, sickening. So, what she said is, had they done that, and she was saying, now, still, they killed the chief. They killed Chief Miller. We had thought she was wrong, if not a little crazy. They sent Mike home? They helped Mike get home. She's doing good. No reason to think they did it. But that's not what happened. Again, just like there should have been a blood test, were Perry not poisoning her? He'd have made sure there was a blood test. He would have held this little drama queen. Oh, poor me, I'm a victim. See, we had her tested and there's no poison in her system. See? But that's not what happened. You made sure nobody tested me. There was never a test. To this day, never a test. Now it's not in my system anymore. I hope. I think it only stays in your system. And plus, I'm taking charcoal like fucking candy, popping that shit like it's a, lifesaver. Hoping it'll absorb whatever. I'm just trying to work. I'm just trying to go to work. I'm a victim of crime even today. Every time I go to work. Stalking is a crime. Hacking is a crime. Voyeurism is a crime. Coercion is a crime. Anything that causes duress or entices. Get the hell out of my life. I'm not going to change my story. We all want you gone. I'm not told who your leaks are. I wouldn't help you if I was. We all want you gone. I don't want to talk to you. You make my skin crawl. Get out of my face. You want to talk to me? I've told you how to talk to me. If you can manage to stop paying local cops or threatening them, then we want you to waive your right to counsel. We want you Mirandized, and then we'll talk to you down at the police department, and you can explain to me why you've done all this stuff. And that's the only way I'll talk to you. I will talk to you no other way. Okie doke. So, which, if you'll stop threatening locals or buying them, then I'll talk to you down at the police department after you've been Mirandized and you've waived your right to counsel, and you can explain to me why in the fuck you've done all this. You don't get a date doing what you're doing, dumbass. The stuff that you do is illegal because people don't like that when you do it. Okay? They're not going to like you when you do things people don't like. It's deviant. It's far outside social norms. I'm in criminal justice college. I'm studying criminology right now, as it turns out. I've studied criminology a couple of times. We have different classes. We've taken diversity, ethics. I've taken 2 classes on police ethics. So I know exactly what's expected of police. You're not supposed to take a bribe. That's the thing. So some of them, most of them, all of them, I think, put it into evidence, and then you had it all taken back because you didn't get your lie, did you? So this is my book, both of them. I forgot to put the quotations down at the bottom, but this is where it says the social emotions, such as empathy and shame, that should be there, but for you, they're not. Everybody else is embarrassed. It's sickening that you're not. I guess I forgot to put the parentheses, but that's a quote from the book, and the book is referenced right there. Criminology, the essentials. Read that. Rational behavior consists of logic. So we kept saying that. Why is in 12 years there's never a date? I can't stand him. He's not gonna get a date ever. And second of all, he's not getting a cover up either, and he does the same thing every day that gets him those results. And it's so bad, we don't even know what the hell his goal is. Most of the time you know the goal of the other person, but you do everything that gets you told on and rejected and told every day. Is that the goal? What is the goal in your mind? Because what you do doesn't even make sense. It is to your own detriment. When you bother me, when you hack and beep and invade my privacy and butt in and cause problems and hardship for me, you don't get a date. You get told on and told on and told on and told on. Then we find out things like Dave doesn't like Dave and Charles. She can't just say allegedly. Yeah, we find out all kinds of shit. More than you've ever had found out in your lives. And what's funny, David, is you picked the fight with me. I don't know you. I came up here to get away from a fight. You're picking the fight. So every day that I'm hacked, that's picking a fight. Every day that I'm peeped on, you're picking a fight. Every day you cause a financial loss for me or a property loss for me, you're picking a fight. See, I just leave everybody alone. And then I don't have to worry about who told on me. Duh. It's not hard. So nobody knows what the hell your goal is. But this was the somebody talking about my money. He took all her money. He used to get mad if she made more than 100, 150 a night. None of your business, bitch. Get out of my money. Fly shoe. Get out. Nobody invited you up here. Nobody introduced. I didn't introduce you to my family. And I sure shit didn't tell you it's okay to get in my wallet. Lucky told you to get out of my wallet, didn't he? I want to meet the guy that comes up with the book of weird, whoever wrote the big book of weirdo technique. Well, let's get 5 guys with the letters C like Charles, V like Victory, or C like Civil Victory in their license plate and just surround her. I win. And I'll type in her phone, I win in civil court. I win in court. And I'm just like, who the fuck thinks this shit up? This is as weird as it gets. Harassment, they'll harass me. Sometimes they try to hit me. Pull in front of me. And I'm like, or just get to a stoplight and then just sit there. It's like, wow, you guys are, who wrote the book who thinks this shit up? Who thinks that kind of shit up? So I just read off the plate to my guys. And, you wanted to get my battery again? You got caught on that already. So, and then there's all this. Okay, so today you either get a reflective door. See, if I take a picture where I'm standing right in front of it, when you deliver food, you got to take a picture of it. See, the food's right here. Right there next to his. Yeah. You got to take the picture of it to prove you delivered it. So, they can, if I don't do it just right, they get in the reflective door, they get my reflection and sometimes my vehicle. So I have to be careful where I park and where I stand to take the picture. And we already know, and they're still doing it. Or it's a camera, it's one of those doorbell cameras. So there's the food. See, I have to stand in a certain place. And then I get these orders like where it's up. See, it's not worth it to do it if it's not $1.50 per mile. It's just not worth it to do. I don't even take those. And so I got a lot of that today. What's this one? Yeah, see, that's not $1 a mile. It's not worth it for me to do. I got a lot of those today, and $4. I mean, come on with that. These are all Perry's people. Yeah, see another one all day long. That's all I got. Reflective doors or a camera doorbell. And so we're telling what's his name? What happened with this? Oh, yeah, that it wouldn't Perry, hacked my phone. So for some reason, just on that one, the fucking photo wouldn't upload. It wouldn't upload. So I have to tell them. They start telling me we're gonna take your ratings down so that you get fired, and so that's what a hacker can do, get you fired if you're supposed to do something that requires uploading. And I've been in college 3 years. I make straight A's. My grade point average was 3.9. Dean's List. For 3 years. I'm in my 3rd year. Mr. Perry ruins my computer, so I can't get 2 assignments done. So my last grade was a D. Never had a grade that low. Ever. Because 2 assignments didn't get done. Mr. Perry's hacking nothing happened. So I had to, do all this shit to my computer to it's finally working now. So, knock on wood. They wanted to get my car. You guys always want to get my car. You want to get my car. You want to get my car. We've said it over and over, and they still try to do it. Then they took my tail light to get out again. I had to, again, replace a tail light. Yeah. And that's the one Mike took. That should have been my head, right? The rock you have thrown. Look at this. Nobody has that many wrecks in 3 years. They hit me right at the wheel. Now, on this one, he missed. See that? See the damage right here on the wheel? Right there, that was actually me. I did that. I scraped up against the garbage, just right there next to the tire. His is over here. Your guy that hit me with his bumper on the side of my car, backed into me. I'm trying to get it. Okay, so you can see the black paint that goes across, and it almost goes right to where I did the damage, all the way across. Jumps out of his car. You hit me. Let's call the cops. Give me your insurance. Oh my God. You must be an insurance scammer. Charles hired an insurance scammer this time, huh? Yep. Okay. Because I'm going to tell you, mister. I'm looking at the damage on... First of all, I don't call cops. Not over that. That's a scuff, dude. You're not bleeding. Second of all, you see the bumper on your car is covered with my gray paint. And you can't back into somebody's bumper with the side of your car, as it turns out. So, I gotta go. Here's my phone number. Bye-bye. Have a nice... He did it again. He did it again. And, this is it, Mr. Perry. Point out for me on Mr. Nealey, where is the injuries that look like he was in a fight? And had they got him home, had they admitted what we can all see, had they got him home, and we're all like, well, they got Mr. Nealey home, and Cynthia is doing good. So no reason to think they had anything to do with that. But that's not what they did. Once again, there's not a blood test in a timely manner. Once again, you got four court hearings. Go ahead and tell everybody. I want you to hold a press conference and tell everybody how you won. Do it right now. And then announce your candidacy to whatever it is you want to be in jail for, so you can announce your candidacy. Do it now. I can't wait. I want to see that so bad. Tell everybody how you won in civil court. 4, she said. Now we got 4 court proceedings or court cases, lawsuits in this murder trial that she's not allowed in. And when you hear her podcast, now you know why. They don't want her saying that to a judge. Actually, the first hearing where they all thought I was stupid. The first hearing we ever had. I was in that one and never again after that. Mr. Perry, what I need for you to do is get out of my computer. Please don't hack me. I don't care what you think. You know what I care about? You're violating me, hacking my computer, and contacting me when I've asked you not to. Please stop talking to me. I don't want to hear it. So what she said is, the first one that I was in, the motion to dismiss that Mr. Perry filed was denied. So I'd not been to law school, not a lick of law school. Whatever little bit I know, I literally went without lunch or dinner or a day or two of food and bought a law book. And then when I'm out at work and Perry ran off all of our customers and we have nothing else to do, I'm back in the back studying. Taught it to myself. And then we can't let her appeal. Let's put her back in jail. She's supposed to be in jail, not able to appeal. I heard that recording. Who has that recording? Who in law enforcement has a recording of y'all talking about it? Sin, I want you to take the DRR and the amended downtown. Don't walk it in, mail it. And then I want you to take the mail receipt and use that, put that as an exhibit. Because they're going to fuck with your mail and they're going to get in your money and you're not going to finish that appeal. You know why I know? We just recorded them talking about it. I got it. I heard it. On February 11, 2022. They're going to hack your app so you can't make any money and give you stuff like this bullshit right here. That's all you'll get. Is this stuff right here. Where it's upside down. Not profitable for you to even take it. They don't like it that I won't go to Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. They got a hookup or something there. Oh, guess what your guy did at Abuelo's today? Abuelo's, by the way, is owned and operated by people in Lubbock. So I get an order from Abuelo's. First time that's ever happened. I walk in, and I'm waiting. I tell the hostess I need to pick up a DoorDash order. And she's like, okay, you have to go talk to the bartender. Everybody else has a shelf. Every other fucking restaurant has a little shelf. And Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Lyft, Postmates or whatever. You go in and it's all on the shelf and you just go in and pick it up. Not Abuelo's. You got to go to the bar. So I go to the bar and I'm waiting and the waitress comes up and I go, I need to get it. I need to get the DoorDash order and go. These people are waiting on their order and I don't have time for this. No food delivery person has time for this. And, you have to ask the bar guy. I'm waiting. When finally, he comes walking by me, and I go, listen, I got an order to pick up. And he goes, I'm busy. I'll get to it when I have time. I contact DoorDash, tell them what happened, give it to somebody else. I don't have time for this. And I walked out. So, if you want to eat good Mexican food, it's a pretty good Mexican food restaurant to eat at. But if you want to use Uber Eats or Grubhub or DoorDash or one of those to get the food, don't bother. When he gets around to it, then he'll get your food to you. Who the hell does that? That's very, 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 very unprofessional. Extremely unprofessional. Not how you handle that. Wrong answer, dude. So, your guy at Abuela's, you might want to call them tomorrow and tell the manager, not ever again. Because I won't go there ever again either. I used to eat there fucking once a week. I won't eat there again ever. So, you win, Charles. Gold star for you. Okay, this is a contact within the Form State of Oklahoma. This is the one that offered me $5,000. This is called solicitation, Tulsa Police. So my little doing a dance with my shoes off, but my feet are covered with my socks, by the way. It's somehow worse than this right here. And the clerk is screaming down the hallway. It's not going to matter if I do her paperwork right or not. She's going to be arrested for prostitution because Mr. Perry needs to announce his candidacy for something. Yeah, okay. So, that's equal protection, y'all. Texas style. This Tulsa Police is my work product. This is years and years and years of collecting all the fucking evidence that I can. So that when people go, well, you have to prove your case in a court of law. Sure, now they won't even let me in court 4 times. 3 civil suits and 1 murder trial of a cop. Of a policeman. And so, in closing, I'm going to say this. Do you look at what has happened to me? I had a choice to make. I can keep my mouth shut about what I knew about what they did to Mike and Lucky. And I can keep taking Terry's money. And I still have my house. May even have furniture. Have bills paid off. Wouldn't have my credit ruined. But I made a decision. My granddad's legacy isn't for sale. It means something. And 10, 15, 20 years from now, it's even going to mean more than it means right now. I gave up my home. I gave up food. I gave up electricity, the basic needs of life. Because I don't believe we leave an officer down in need of assist. You don't just leave them there. You put the bad guy in jail, because what's going to happen is he's going to end up there anyway. Meantime, how many victims are we going to let him create? My guys have a bigger case, and they got one thing. It's international bullshit they got to take care of. I don't understand it all. And Tulsa Police had 5 people. Blatant, flagrant obstruction of justice, destruction of evidence, perjury, fraud upon a court after fraud upon a court after fraud, perjury after perjury after perjury, witness tampering, coercion, and reporters going, well, gosh, if they had done what she said, and now she's doing good and Mike's home, because we can all see to beat somebody to death and look like he looked, his hands would have looked like Chief Miller's. He's knocked out. Where's the head injury? There wasn't one. So then we would say that when she asserts that they killed Chief Miller, she's wrong, if not a little crazy. But they didn't. Mike's still in jail, and she, again, wasn't allowed into court. And she's lost her butt trying to help that guy. I gave up my home to help a policeman that you hurt. Because I can't imagine just leaving him there. I don't know how to live with that. I can't live with it. My granddad said, you relieve suffering caused by crime, and you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and you don't leave cop family behind if one's down. You get in there and you grab them and you pull them up and out, and you take care of each other. And that's just what you do. And if you try to do the right thing, sometimes you're going to catch some shit for it, so toughen up. Deal with it. At the end of the day, it's going to come out perfect. It's going to be fine. But you got to fight bad people. When you fight bad people, they're not going to like that. They're going to hit you. Hit back. hit back. Because if you don't, then those bad people are going to hurt other people and other people and other people. And some people aren't strong enough to hit back. You are. Hit them back. Blaze right through it. Do the right thing. So there's my work product. Excuse me, my voice is it's getting tired. This is my work product, Tulsa Police. And we got text from Mickey James. We got text from David. We got text from Wagner. We got text from all kinds of people who were contacts within the forum state of Oklahoma, stalking by proxy. Stalking is like what? Felony? I think it's a felony. What is attempted murder? What is assault with a deadly? I don't know. You guys wanted me to go to Sapulpa. I haven't been to Sapulpa since Dennis graduated high school 4 years ago. My son Dennis, in spite of going through the very great difficulties that growing up being stalked, no semblance of normalcy in his life ever after we met Mr. Perry. He just graduated college, so I'm really proud of him. And no, I haven't been back to Sapulpa. I have no plans for that. They were gonna hack my Uber Eats app, or my DoorDash app, or my Grubhub app, and have somebody order, and have me go back out there for one of them to pull me over. Yep. Okay. So you got caught on that. So nobody's caught your crime this much, Mr. Perry. And if that happens, the more you fuck with me, you piss everybody off. Nobody likes suffering. People don't like it. You're being stopped. I didn't come up here to pick a fight with you, David. I don't know you. Don't know you from Adam. I came here to get away from one. I came here to get away from a fight. Here's what I want. I want my money back. I want Mike Nealey home. I want Lucky's kids to know that dad was killed in the line of duty, not a drunken brawl. And if you didn't do the murder, what's the problem with making that happen? Yeah. So, that's what I want. Now, again, do not tell me again, Mr. Perry, you'll give me whatever I want if I'll lie for you. Because that's what I want right there. I want Fabian and Tristan up here so we can talk and you butt the hell out. And I never hear from you again. Now, that aside, on the part that I've said, give it back and get out as it pertains to getting Mike Nealey home and me, you're out of my life. They're going to do that for you if you can't do it by yourself like a big boy. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. I don't even understand you. No one even knows what the hell your goals are. Because you do the same thing every day that gets you rejected and told on. So, there's your shovel. You guys dig away. Now, to address Mr. Perry's false allegations of extortion, you owe a legitimate debt separate from the lawsuits. This is a whole new lawsuit. You don't have my consent to watch me in the privacy of my home. You've been billed $1,000 a day for doing it, plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. You're getting entertained at my expense. I don't think that's cute. I don't think it's funny. It's disgusting. You do owe me money legitimately. Had there been one legitimate trial, now I can sue you again. I can sue you again because of the fraud after fraud after fraud in the civil. I can wait till you're arrested and go at it again. So that aside, I don't want bribe money. I don't want your buy-a-lie money. What I'm saying is in response to that, I don't want your buy-a-lie money. I'm not going to lie for you. I don't know who your leaks are. I don't care. We're all glad just to have the information. We all want you gone. No one's going to help you. I'm tired of repeating myself. You're getting caught because you're going at me. You get caught because you're going at me. You get caught when you do it to me. You get caught more than ever in your lives when you target me. There's not going to ever be a date. There's nothing sexy about a peeping Tom. And that's just the peeping. I'm not even going to get into the rest. It's not going to be a date, Perry. It's 12 years. You're rejected and told on and told on and told on and told on. You repulse me. You disgust me. You disturb me. You embarrass the fuck out of me. And for the life of me, I don't know why you're not embarrassed too. You should be. So, there's no extortion. There's no blackmail. What I'm saying is in response to your buy a lie, no, you owe me actually legit debt. Pay that. Get Mike Nealey home, or admit you did that murder, because everyone thinks you did anyway. And get out.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Jeff got been raping you since
Leave me